In today's Throwback Thursday, we will be going back to 2018 in New York City when promising European big man Kristaps Porzingis suffered a brutal injury that changed his career trajectory. Let's break down this injury. So the injury occurred during the second quarter of the game. Porzingis drove to the basket and completed a dunk over Giannis Antetokounmpo. However, if we take a look at when he landed, his left foot came down first and he landed partially on Giannis's foot. It's hard to see exactly what happened at that lower extremity, but however, due to the normal effect of how ACLs are typically ruptured and torn, the knee most likely went into more of a valgus collapse with some rotational force, especially in that external rotation. This created that high force twisting motion through that knee joint, one of the most common mechanisms for an ACL tear. Then immediately after landing, Porzingis fell to the floor in pain, grabbed his left knee, and needed assistance leaving the court. MRI imaging confirmed later that there was a complete tear of that ACL ending this season. So to understand the injury, we're going to take a look at the anterior cruciate ligament, or ACL, in this anatomical model. The ACL is one of the four major ligaments of the knee connecting to that femur, as well as to that tibia seen here. Its primary functions include preventing that tibia from sliding forward under the femur, as well as providing rotational stability to the knee and stabilizing the knee during cutting, jumping, and pivoting movements. For basketball players, the ACL is absolutely critical because movements like jumping, landing, cutting, and changing direction all rely heavily on the ligament stability. So the MRI did confirm a complete tear, which is that grade 3 tear of that ACL. This is considered a season-ending injury and almost always requires surgery for professional athletes. Porzingis underwent ACL reconstruction surgery on February 13, 2018, 1 week after the injury did happen. So for ACL surgery, this does not simply stitch the ligament back together. Instead, surgeons perform a ligament reconstruction, which involves removing the torn ACL remnants as well as replacing it with a graft. Common graft options include either the patellar tendon, the hamstring tendon, or even the quadricep tendon. Graft is then anchored into the drilled tunnels into the femur and tibia, fixed with screws or fixation devices, and allowed to biologically integrate over several months. The process essentially creates a new ligament that functions like the original ACL. So for typical return to sport typically takes about 9 to 12 months for athletes. However, in reality, his return took a lot longer. His key milestones included that, on February 2018, he did have that ACL tear in surgery. From 2018 to the 2019 season, he missed the entire season rehabbing. On October 2019, he did return to the NBA play with the Dallas Mavericks after being traded. This means that Porzingis was out roughly 20 months from NBA game action, longer than typical due to caution and team circumstances. Kristaps Porzingis' ACL tear in 2018 was a devastating injury at the time, ending his breakout All-Star season with the Knicks. Thanks to modern ACL reconstruction surgery and advanced rehab protocols, he was able to return to the NBA and continue his career at a high level. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a little bit about Kristaps Porzingis and his ACL tear. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below, and thank you so much for watching.